funky.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Garrett, and today we're going to guys the top 5 designs of the week number 36. And I just want to say thank you guys all for submitting your portfolios this week. 162 entries. It's just insane. So like I said, guys, definitely go submit your portfolio every single week because you never know what's going to happen. I've been seeing a lot of new people post their portfolios in there, and I definitely recognize a lot of names and stuff like that, which is really awesome that everyone's trying to be a part of it. So before this video actually starts, I have a couple things to say. First things first, if you guys can head over to the description below and click on these poll maker that I did, I want to get your guys' votes on what I should do for my channel next, making videos and stuff like that, what I should do, because a lot of people aren't really, watching my videos like they used to be. I've only been getting like 1,000 views every video. Used to be doing a lot better, so I want to more upload stuff that's gonna be for you guys and less for me. So right now I have a couple suggestions, making money on YouTube, making money as a graphic designer, my logo design process, digital painting tutorials like the basics and stuff like that, and then also the new car that I just got, and I can do like a vlog or something about that. But if you guys can go ahead and go vote that on the poll, it'd mean the world to me. And second thing, if you guys could actually turn my alerts on to be notified whenever I upload, that really mean, a lot. Just let me know in the comment section below, or like hit me up on Twitter or something like that and tell me. And that's all I really have to say for you guys. Just make sure you submit your portfolio for next week, sit back and relax, and let's get into the top 5. So with the 5th spot, we have Detroit DM, who did a really awesome album artwork. This is kind of like the grungy style album artwork for the rap music and like the trap music and stuff like that. Give him 8.5 on this one. And the first things first I want to say is I really like the whole entire piece itself, man. I like the whole entire color tones. Nothing's too bright, nothing's too dark, and the colors really flow together nicely. One thing that I want to say is when you did this, you kind of have the album itself, then you have like the same picture blown up with the text around it, and then you have the same picture once again blown up again. I'm too sure there's nothing really on it except for that digital effect. But the third layer that you did of the same picture, I would just take that out and then take that parental advisory logo, shrink it up, and then throw it in like the corner or something like that. Maybe just it would have flown a little bit better. But overall, man, you did a really good job with the text, the glitchy effects and stuff like that. The whole entire trip, grunge style, of course. But basically, that's all I have to say about this, man. You did an 8.5 in a 5th spot. With the 4th spot, we have Mersha, who did another social media design, and I give him a 9.0 out of 10 on this one, and this is for Soar. And first things first, man, I really like the style, and a lot of people have been doing this stuff like this lately, so good job on everyone that's perfecting this. It's a really good style to know. A lot of clients are going to want something like this. But, getting right into it, the color choice is really good. I like the purple effect. I want to know what this would look like in blue, red, and like different colors like that. Maybe I'll go mess around with the hue and saturation later on. But overall, everything was done really nicely. I like the text on the right hand side and left hand side. It just felt like it was there, and it was very nicely placed. That if it wasn't there and nothing was there, that it just would have looked a little bit more awkward. The sponsors in the bottom also were done really nicely. I would have just taken out Soar Gaming and maybe moved the sponsors centered in the middle, but that's just my personal preference. The particles in the background really complemented the text and everything like that, and same thing with the circles going around. They really did a nice accessory to the text. So overall, man, you had a really good understanding of this piece. Everything flew together really nicely. One thing else I want to say is the lighting at the top. Just something to worry about is making sure that it actually flows with the text and stuff like that, that you don't have lighting at the top and like a shadow at the top. Just something to look out for. But other than that, man, you did a really good job, and you got yourself a 9.0 and a 4th spot. So the 3rd spot, we have Winters PSD, who did a 3D social media design. Give a 9.3 on this one. And overall, man, I really like the style a lot, and I'm really, kind of curious on everything that you did to get into the style. But basically, first things first is I want to say that when you're doing this whole entire very flowy and organic feel to it, that everything has a very rounded edge to it, is worrying about those renders that are right up in the front not having that kind of round effect to it. A couple things are a little choppy and cut off, so that's just something to look out for, is making sure that it's very organic and very flowy. And also the color choice is done really well. I like orange a lot. But basically the kind of lighting that you have at the top is really, really bright and really takes away from the piece. Maybe just toning that down a little bit and making it a little bit more saturated, or like less like super bright, and like just like messing around with that a little bit more would have done a really good job. I just felt like that really, really bright orange just really took away from the piece. But basically, man, you had a really good understanding of this. I really like it, the whole entire thing itself. and the backing was done really well and everything like that. So you got yourself a 3rd place and a 9.3. So the 2nd spot we have Zako Creates, who did a pretty awesome 2D header. I gave him a 9.7 on this one, and I want to say first things first is your portfolio is actually really good. That I was looking through a lot of it and I didn't know which one to choose. I chose this one because it was kind of something that I thought was really eye-catching, but one thing that needed to be fixed. But basically getting right into it, the signature itself was just a really good placement. It really matched the whole entire style. And the one thing that I want to say about this piece before I get into the good stuff is when you add that layer style on top of the text, I just felt like it looked a little bit weird. Maybe that kind of gradient wasn't like a part of the thing. But I would have worried more about keeping it, white or adding a tone of gray or something like that onto the piece. That it would really helped everything else, complement each other and flow really nicely. But getting into it, I really like the reds and the blacks and like the tones of gray that really flow together, and like the half tones that are popping out everywhere. That was really good. You have buildings and stuff like that. You have everything that flows really well. I like how you also use the same signature in the background to kind of make a really good popping effect with the reds and the whites. So man, you had a really good understanding of this. You got yourself a 2nd spot and a 9.7. So with the 1st spot, we have it's Kunzu or Kunzu. I'm not too sure to pronounce that, man. I'm sorry. You got yourself a 10 out of 10 on this one. And, really awesome style. I think a lot of 80s styles have been getting into this top 5 lately. And I'm not trying to be biased about this whole entire 80s style. The blues and purples, those matching colors are really my favorite. Not trying to be biased whatsoever. I really thought that this piece was really the best that I've got submitted. And, overall, man, I really have nothing bad to say about this. Obviously, since you got a 10, that there's really nothing wrong with it in my eyes. The whole entire thing was just really, really nice. The rocks in the background, the kind of like gradients and stuff like that, the kind of noise texture on top of everything. The particles in the background kind of make it look like space a little bit. And the one thing that I really want to get into that everyone can notice is the text that says war. Man, you did a really good job pushing this all together. A lot of people take text for granted and don't really put so much work into it as they much do the whole entire backing and header itself. You did a really good job pushing the text to make it look really nicely. Adding that noise grain on it really made everything pop out a little bit more. The color choice is really good. A lot of people just kind of do the colors half-assed. I felt like that these colors were actually planned and chosen very correctly. So like I said, man, really good job on this one. You got a 10 out of 10 in a 1st spot, and I want to say thank you for submitting this work. As always, that's basically going to take it in for today's top 5. If you guys did like the placements and if you guys did like the work, let me know in the comment section below. If you thought that some things could have been placed differently, let me know in the comment section below also. Definitely, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this one. Make sure to enter the poll in the description below, and also definitely go and submit your portfolio through the form in the description. So basically that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to keep subscribing to my channel, turn those alerts on, and like the video. And hopefully I can see some of your comments below. I try to respond to them the best I can. And hopefully see you guys named in my portfolio section. And I'll see you guys in a later on video. Peace out.